Hello and welcome to the most awaited FTR 3.0 by competition community, especially for English medium aspirants. My name is Giri, and in this FTR session, I'll be dealing with Chhattisgarh General Studies, wherein in this video, that means part 5 of this art and culture of Chhattisgarh, I have taken the questions from the topics like famous personalities of Chhattisgarh, the Padma Awards, famous fairs, folk delicacies, literatures, and some of the other miscellaneous topics. But before moving forward, let me tell you there is an important announcement for you people that we at Competition Community, we are going to organize weekly tests that will be held on every Sunday at 11 a.m. So what you people have to do, you people have to actually enroll yourselves by Friday evenings so that you people are able to give the test that will be held on Sunday. So this was all about the announcement, and let us move to the questions now. Here we have our first question, and in this question, Gurtur, a collection of Chhattisgarhi songs, is related to. So let me actually tell you, this Gurtur is actually a collection of Chhattisgarhi songs. And this Gurtur is actually composed by P.R. Uram. Now there is also a miscellaneous fact about Shri P.R. Uram that he also established Raipur Lok Kala Manch. So we now know that Gurtur is actually a collection of Chhattisgarhi songs which was actually composed by Shri P.R. Uram, and also this Raipur Lok Kala Manch has been established by P.R. Uram. So answer for this question number 1 is going to be option number B, P.R. Uram, who not only happened to compose Gurtur but also established Raipur Lok Kala Manch. So this option B is the correct option for our first question. Now next we have a second question. Consider the following statements related to Raja Chakradhar. First statement says he was the famous Kathak dancer. The second statement says he wrote Tal Toy Nidhi. And the third statement says he was conferred with the title Sangeet Samrat. So let me tell you that Raja Chakradhar was actually the king of Raigad princely estate of Chhattisgarh. Let me also tell you that Raja Chakradhar not only happened to contribute to Kathak, but also he was a famous tabla player. Now, it was in the year 1939 that he was conferred with the title Sangeet Samrat. The literal meaning is King of Music by Dadin, Viceroy of India, Lord Linlithgow. So it was in the year 1939 that Raja Chakradhar was conferred with the title Sangeet Samrat by Lord Linlithgow. Now, among his famous literary works are Tal Toy Nidhi and Nartan Sarvasva. So in his book Nartan Sarvasva, he actually describes many points about the dance Kathak. And in his book Tal Toy Nidhi, he actually gives a detailed account of the various tals and the chakras. So coming back to the question, He was the famous Kathak dancer. That I have already told you that he was a famous Kathak dancer. So statement number 1 is correct. Now second statement, he wrote Tal Toy Nidhi. So I have already told Tal Toy Nidhi and Nartan Sarvasva are actually two of his famous literary works. Third statement says he was conferred with the title Sangeet Samrat. So I've already told you that it was in the year 1939 that he was actually conferred with this title of Sangeet Samrat by Lord Linlithgow. So in this case, third statement is also correct. Now in the question, we have to actually choose the correct statements. So here we have statement 1, 2 and 3 and all of them are correct. So we actually have to choose an option which says all 1, 2, 3 are correct. And this type of option is actually option C, which says all of the above. And hence this option C is going to be the correct option for this question number 2. So this was all about the second question. So next is the third question. And the third question says Naya theatre was established by. So let me tell you actually about Habib Tanveerji. So it was in the year 1954 when he established Hindustan Theatre. In the year 1959, he established Naya Theatre at Raipur. Now, this Naya Theatre actually became a medium to showcase a lot of famous dramas. And some of them are Mitti Ki Gaadi. Then we have Charan Das Chor. Then we have More Now Damad Morgaon के नाम ससुराल. So these were some of the famous plays which were actually portrayed through this Naya theatre. And this Naya theatre was actually established at Raipur in the year 1959 by Habib Tanveerji. So now we know that Naya theatre was actually established by Habib Tanveerji and he is actually mentioned in the option A, and hence this option A is going to be the correct option for our third question. So next we have a fourth question. Who among the following are not the recipients of Padma Shri from Chhattisgarh? We have Mahadev Prasad Pandey, we have A.T. Dapke, we have Madan Chauhan and we have Satyadev Dubey. So let me tell you, Mahadev Prasad Pandey ji was conferred with Padma Shri in the year 2007 for his contribution in the field of literature. Now, it was in the year 2004 when Dr. A.T. Dapke was actually conferred with Padma Shri for his contribution in the field of medicine. Dr. A.T. Dapke happened to be the famous pediatrician. Let me also tell you about Madan Chauhan ji. It was in the year 2020 when he was conferred with the title Padma Shri for his contribution in the field of arts and crafts. Regarding Satyadev Dubey ji, who was the famous theatre director, it was in the year 2011 when he was actually conferred with Padma Bhushan and not Padma Shri. So now we know that Mahadev Prasad Pandey ji, A.T. Dapke ji and Madan Chauhan ji, these were all conferred with Padma Shri, while Satyadev Dubey ji was conferred with Padma Bhushan. So in the question it has been asked, who among the following are not the recipients? So we know that from the options we have Satyadev Dubey ji is not the recipient of Padma Shri. Hence the option here has to be Satyadev Dubey. Let me also tell you, he is actually mentioned in 4. So in place of Satyadev Dubey ji, we can write 4. Now we have to actually choose the option which says only 4. And this option has been given in the option number B. And hence this option B is going to be the correct option for our 4th question. Now next we have our 5th question. Madhukar Kher Awards is related to. So let me tell you, in the Rajya Alankaran Awards for the eminent contribution in the field of sports, we have Gunda Dhur Award, which is actually given by Ministry of Sports and Youth Welfare, Government of Chhattisgarh. In the field of agriculture, we have Dr. Khubchand Baghel Award, which is actually given by Department of Agriculture. For Hindi journalism, we have Chandulal Chandrakar Award, which is actually given by the Department of Public Relations. And for the eminent contribution in the English journalism, we have Madhukar Kher Awards, once again given by Department of Public Relations. Now, in the year 2020, the Sports Award, or I should say, Gundadhur Award was actually presented to Akarshi Kashyap, and the sports was badminton. Dr. Khubchand Baghel Award was actually presented to Aneshwar Verma, and there were 2 subcategories once again in Chandulal Chandrakar Awards. First was for print media and second one was for electronic media. For print media, this award was actually given to Shri Brahmveer Singh. And for the purpose of electronic media, the award was actually given to Srimati Mamta Lanjewar. Let me also tell you, in this year 2020, Madhukar Kher Awards were not given. And this award in the year 2019 was actually given to Rashmi Mishra. So this was all about the Madhukar Kher Awards, which is actually given for the eminent contribution in the field of English journalism, which is mentioned in the option D, and hence this option D is going to be the correct option for this question number 5. So this was all about the 5th question. Now we have a 6th question. Which of the following folk delicacy of Chhattisgarh is related to Hareli? Options are Bobra, Gulgula, Bara, Tasmai, Thetri, Khurmi, Papchi and Laddu. Now let me tell you, regarding the preparation of Papchi and Laddu, there is no specific occasion. Regarding Papchi, let me tell you, it is prepared with wheat flour and there are 2 versions. One which is dipped in the jaggery syrup, and the second one which is actually dipped in sugar syrup. So this was Papchi and Laddu. Regarding Thetri and Kurmi, let me tell you, they are actually related to Tija and Pora. Wherein this Kurmi, you can actually see that it is the Chhattisgarhi version of a cookie, wherein it is actually a deep fried version which is made up with the wheat flour. Regarding this Thetri, let me tell you, it is actually prepared with gram flour and it is also deep fried. Tasmai is nothing but kheer. You all know there is no specific occasion of preparing this kheer. And bara is what? It is bada. It is also prepared on many occasions. Regarding bobra, let me tell you, it is actually sweet or meetha chila. And gulgula is actually sweet bhajia of fritters. So on the occasion of Hareli, which is celebrated on Savan Amavasya, let me tell you, this bobra and gulgula are actually prepared. So we have already seen about Savan Amavasya in our previous videos, wherein on the occasion of Savan Amavasya, the neem tree twigs are actually tied by the Raut community of Chhattisgarh. This also happens to be the first folk festival of Chhattisgarh, and this festival is also related to agriculture. Regarding agriculture, let me tell you, there are two main folk festivals regarding agriculture. First is Hareli and second is Pora. On the occasion of Pora, livestock or specifically ox is actually worshipped, and on occasion of this Hareli, agriculture equipments are worshipped. However, leaving everything apart, what actually are prepared? Bobra and gulgula are actually prepared. So the correct option related to this question number 6 is going to be A, bobra and gulgula. So this was all about the 6th question. Now we have a 7th question. Which folk ornament of Chhattisgarh is worn in the wrist? Regarding sati, it is nothing but payal, and you know payal is actually worn in the leg. Regarding Devrahi, let me tell you, it is a Chhattisgarhi version of a ring, and a ring is actually worn in the fingers. Regarding Nagmori, it is generally made up of silver and it is actually worn in the arm. And Aithi is also a folk ornament, once again made up of silver, and it is worn in the wrist. So in the question we have to tell which one is worn in the wrist. So 80 is the answer, which is actually mentioned in the option B, which is actually worn in the wrist. So 80, which is mentioned in the option B, is going to be the correct option for our 7th question. So this was all about the 7th question. Now let's move to the 8th question. Next is question number 8. Who among the following has translated Shiv Mahapuran in Chhattisgarhi language? So let me tell you that Dr. Geeta Sharma ji has actually translated Shiv Mahapuran in Chhattisgarhi language. And what she has done, she has actually translated approximately 24,000 shlokas in this regional Chhattisgarhi language. And for this purpose, this book actually, that is the Chhattisgarhi version of Shiv Mahapuran, has actually been included in the Golden Book of World Records for actually translating 24,000 shlokas in any of the regional language. So, Dr. Geeta Sharma has actually translated Shiv Mahapuran in Chhattisgarhi language. Now, regarding Sarla Sharma, let me tell you, she is considered to be the first female novelist of Chhattisgarh. And the famous novel that she wrote was Mati Ke Mitan in the year 2006. Now, the famous literary work of Dr. Nirupama Sharma is actually Pat Rengi. And two of the famous poems written by Dr. Satyabhama Adil are Goat and Thiha. So regarding Sarla Sharma ji, we know she is considered to be the first female novelist. She wrote in the year 2006 Mati Ke Mitan. Patrengi is related to Dr. Nirupama Sharma. Goat and Thiha are related to Dr. Satyabhama Adil, and Dr. Geeta Sharma has translated Shiv Mahapuran in Chhattisgarhi language. So in this 8th question, the correct option is going to be option number D, Dr. Geeta Sharma. So this was all about the 8th question. Now we have our 9th question. And in this 9th question, what we have to do, we have to actually see which of the following festivals and locations are not correctly matched. Starting from the option number A, we have Tata Pani Festival. And we know this Tata Pani Festival is actually held in the Balrampur district of Chhattisgarh. Regarding this Bilasa festival, it is held in the Bilaspur district of Chhattisgarh. Regarding Gadiya festival, let me tell you, it is actually held on the occasion of Kumar Navaratri, but in the Kanker district of the Bastar division and not Raipur. And option D, Bhoram Dev festival is actually held in the Kavardha only. So we have to tell which of the festivals and locations is not correctly matched, and in the option C we have seen Gadiya and Raipur are not correctly matched because Gadiya festival is held on the occasion of Kuwar Navratri at Kanker. So option C, Gadiya, Raipur is going to be the correct option for our 9th question. And finally, we have our 10th question. Ramaram Mela is related to. So let me tell you, this Ramaram Mela is actually held in the month of Bhado in the Sukma district of Chhattisgarh. And let me also tell you, it is held on the occasion of Navakhai. It is held on the occasion of Navakhai, which is also known as Navakhani. So Ramaram Mela held in Sukma district in the month of Bhado on the occasion of Navakhai or Navakhani. So Navakhai or Navakhani is actually a festival in which the cooked food from the latest harvest is actually offered to the god. And it is only after this festival that the new harvest is actually consumed. So this was all about Navakhai and the Ramaram Mela. Now this Navakhani is actually mentioned in option number A, and hence this option A is going to be the correct option for this 10th question. So these were 10 some of the most important and conceptual questions from the part 5 of this art and culture of Chhattisgarh. I'll be back in my next video with the administration of Chhattisgarh. I hope you people would have liked my video, and I shall meet you people in my coming videos. Tab tak ke liye thank you and take care.
CGPSC की संपूर्ण तैयारी के लिए कंपटीशन कम्युनिटी के YouTube चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और डेली अपडेट्स के लिए बेल आइकन को प्रेस करना ना भूलें।